All right, well, it's October 2nd here in the great state of Ohio. Get my truck, going fishing. Gonna go to Yatesville probably. Haven't been there in a long time. It's been, I think, New Year's Eve of this year. Last year was the last time I was there. Me and Brandon Buckner were fishing a tournament. But this week, I've had the opportunity to upgrade one of my fish finders and my graphs to, well, you just wait and see. It's a little bit crazy of an upgrade. So I'm gonna get my truck, load my boat up, show you the upgrade, and we're gonna go try her out. Let's do it. All right, so I mentioned at the start of this episode that I bought a new graph. Well, as luck would have it, I pulled a rookie move and didn't bring a GoPro battery for my GoPro Hero 10, and it requires more power than my boat will actually provide. It needs 2 amp, but my boat doesn't provide 2 amp with that. The actual nav port that I have, so I'm going to be replacing that soon. But it's time to show you guys the upgrade that is the new addition to the old Stratos. It's been a long time coming. There it is. A Humminbird Solix 15 Gen 3. And I know nothing about it, so I'm gonna go out and put it through its paces today, try to catch a fish. Again, I don't have the Yolotech back here, so you can't see every catch. I apologize for that. Pulled a rookie move. Haven't fished that much this year. I'm going back to start going live every Tuesday, starting very soon. But I'm gonna go out, try to put this thing through its paces and see if I can't catch one here on October 2nd here at Yatesville Lake. I haven't been here since last year, like the last tournament they have. So let's go see if we can't catch one, shall we? Let's do it. This thing is crazy. The boulder right there. The cool thing about this is you can touch it here, and then you can mark a waypoint on that. So now I have that waypoint, and it marked it to the right hand side of my boat about 50 feet, which is amazing. Pretty cool stuff. Seeing the glare of the camera there, I apologize. I'm running this on 405 kilohertz, trying to try to dial in some things. Watched some tutorials on this thing throughout a few months of waiting for it to get here. Shout out to Greg Drown with the Tackle Box, who was able to secure this thing for me. If you guys are looking for a graph, he doesn't keep them in stock, but he can order them for you. It's I mean, it's going to be a game changer right now. So I'm just trying to learn how to use this thing. 405 kilohertz on the side imaging to get the farthest picture that I can. And then when I find something that I really want to go look at, then I'll dial it up into the megahertz range and drive over it with downscan and see exactly what it is. Been throwing a crankbait, spinnerbait, throwing a cane walker from Berkeley, and a KVD 1.5 rattling, and it's in my favorite color, the copper crawl, that's no longer made. But so far, to no avail. So I'm going to fish down this bank right here. Try to find some deeper spots. Really, it's the fall of the year. They're traveling looking for bait fish, so I'm going to try to find some bait fish and then fish around them, see what happens. But I am super impressed with this Solix so far. Picked up a swim bait on this little bank right here, graphing it there, and found a this rock pile's come way out through here through a swim bait. First one using the graph on a 4-inch swim bait. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. And again, I apologize for no catch footage today. Dummy me forgot my GoPro battery. Stuff happens. Let's get back in there after him. Well, ladies and gents, I ended up catching 2 fish. Put a couple pictures here, or the picture that I caught of the one. I didn't film the biggest fish I caught, which wasn't even a keeper, about 13, 14 inches. I didn't even measure it. I'm just out here fun fishing. But one thing I can tell you is that this Humminbird Solix is going to change the way I fish 100% of the time. This thing is so clear. I found things. I'm fishing Yatesville Lake right now, and I've found things in this lake that I didn't know existed, and I've fished here for a better part of 15 years probably. pretty heavily. So it is going to change the way I fish, because I'm going to be able to find spots that not a lot of people are going to know about, unless you have some, you know, graphs like this here, whether it be Lowrance or Humminbird or Garmin or what have you. And up until this past week, I didn't have the opportunity to do this. Right now I'm running side scan and down scan. I'm running the side scan out to about 120 feet on both sides. Again, quick tip for those of you guys that may be just getting into the world of graphs like I am. The mega stuff, so the megahertz, so it's like 1.5 or 1.175 megahertz. So it's going to be, you know, that's what the mega is, megahertz. Normally it's in kilohertz, but right now, just a quick tip is if you're out there side scanning and you want to find some things like right here, like this is pretty cool stuff right here. And I apologize that you can't see because of the glare, but there's some rocks right there. Pretty cool stuff there. Some rocks over here. Those rocks are on a drop off right there, which are that's a pretty daggone good thing. And the cool thing about the Solix is there's a tree right there. And the cool thing about the Solix is that if I miss that, I can actually drag back, press and hold there, and then mark a waypoint. Mark those rocks there. That's pretty daggone cool. That little, you know, tree right there, and I'm out here in 26 foot of water, so it's not like this is going to be something that somebody's going to be able to see all the time. But if you're out here side scanning and things, change it from the megahertz range down to like 455. That way you can see farther. It's not going to be as clear, obviously, but you'll be able to see farther. You'll be able to get like an idea. Okay, well, there's a rock. Well, I'm going to go over there, then change it to the mega, and then go over it and see what's happening. But this thing is an absolute game changer for me. I cannot wait to get out and do some, you know, some graphing here. You know, like this random stuff that I'm finding right here. Just a big giant, looks like creek channel. Might be some boulders there. Pretty deep right there on that one little spot. Big crevice it looks like. But 2 fish, but that's okay. Coming out here dialing in the Humminbird. Super thankful to be able to grab something like this again. Greg Drown with the tackle box was able to secure me one. I appreciate that. If you guys are looking for a graph, whether it be Humminbird, you know, Lowrance or Garmin, he should be able to get it for you or order it for you. He doesn't keep them in stock, but he can definitely be competitive with everybody else's prices. So if you're looking for a graph and you want to stay local, go up and talk to Greg. Tell him I sent you, that said you want to, you know, buy a graph from him. He'll be able to order them for you. Again, doesn't keep them in stock, but he had to order mine. Mine was I took about 2 months, I think, for mine to come in stock. So it's all good. Again, 2 fish, but the Humminbird Solix 15 is going to change the way I fish 100% of the time, because I get to find things that I didn't know existed. So guys, I appreciate you guys' support over the last year. It's been pretty crazy. I haven't been fishing as much as I'd like to be. Just life happens, you know how that goes, selling a house and buying another house and moving into the house, which has been crazy. But trying to get back into things, going to try to get out and do some tournament fishing this coming spring. I don't know where I'm going to fish or what series I'm going to fish, but I can guarantee it will not be the BFL Buckeye or the BFL Michigan division, because both of those series are terrible. The Michigan series is 5 tournaments on the Detroit River, which I guess if you're running from the Detroit River, you can go to Erie or St. Clair. But that being said, guys, thank you for sticking around for this episode of On Another Line. Not much happened today. 2 fish. Showed you some really cool stuff. I'm going to drop some really cool pictures that I've taken, just screenshots off of this thing from today. But you guys can get out there and lean on them. We'll see you next time on Another Line.